What's up, guys? This is the Rifleman, and I am back to bring you to the next episode of my Empire Total War Let's Play as Great Britain. In this episode, the Spanish are trying to take back Florida, and we are supposed to stop them. Got to keep an eye on them. Though they've got lots of armored pikemen, which are quite spooky. But we do have a pretty reasonably decent army to face off with them. So let's get cracking and chase them down. But we do now have an army to the north, which can also start to put pressure on the Spanish from the northeast. That will really start to help, as well as standing up some new units in England, which we can ship over to the New World to help up our quality of troops. Because right now we've got mostly demi-cannons, but now we can start to get regular 12-pounders. We need to start shipping those up to the New World, as well as upgrading Boston's military production where we can, but there's still limits. I think it's the next barracks level that we need to get to before we can start recruiting decent line infantry organically within theatre, and that's where we get to. But for the time being, we're going to be relying on these. Oh my god, what the hell is this? This is meant to be missed. Okay. It's going to be ugly as sin. Right. But do my right line first. So put my cannons down. Put this set of units down. Put another battery down. Put 4, 4, and 4. 4. Something like that. My pikes. Find one of the sets of guns. I need to get a good amount of use out of my artillery and my cavalry to deal with all of these pikes. General in the center. Okay. Yeah, this is really ugly. My guns firing across each other. Try and get a bit of a diagonal line of fire rather than a straight line of fire. Still going to take a long time. The cavalry aren't as much of a problem, it's just these blocks of guys. But again, they're not a problem either, as long as we can whip around the flanks and put some pressure on their rear. Really do not like settings. I don't like this engagement style. I'm assuming this is just weather, but the end result is it means that I can't really see anything. Can't see anything, and it looks really terrible at the same. Not even. Oh, it's it looks really cool. It's like, does it? Okay, let's start to mix things up a bit. You might start. A lot of their extra focus is on the right, but these guns are. Give them a volley. My infantry, when they're in range, they'll shoot. Focusing a lot on there. Okay, so my gun's on the left. Start focusing on their artillery, really. On their infantry. And we are going to move our left flank up. Looks like they're massing on our right. We can move our pikes across. Move my general across. These guns. Another range of canister shot at the moment. They push too close, my cavalry will start engaging them. Pretty knackered cavalry unit right there. Now they're running. Start hitting some of these lake units. You are on high ground because it means that we can take this formation and start to do without killing a bunch of our own men. Can start to flank the enemy. But it's these guns, canister shot those armored pikemen. These guns on the left, just keep hammering them. You guys are militia, regular militia we can get into gunfights with, that's fine. Their cavalry's made it onto the rear. The general's been killed. Awesome. Be careful though, because our pikemen are near our units on the flank. They're frantically putting fire on them. But they are going to make it to our line. Men, the 16th Light, they're going to start doing some of their glorious work. Run into the back of this unit of pikemen. Lord Cut's regiment push in. To start knocking them out quickly. We slaughter them. Cavalry get back out here. Infantry are gutting their formation. Charge the back of this unit because they're actually vulnerable. New men position. Ready. Grenadiers charge on. My pike can get involved. The rest of my musket line is engaging. Excellent. Some of our units need to continue to focus on that last armoured pike unit. From you, actually. You man getting on the flank. Oh, that kind of shot blew through my cavalry. Knock some of these cavalrymen out. Knock some of these pikemen out, rather. Pistoliers. You men hit that militia unit to protect the Pistoliers. There you go. Get in and kill as many of these pikemen as you can. This is their strength. Colonial militia have made it into our line. flintlock infantry doing well on the flank. We're blowing a hole through this unit at point blank range. Fire! Missed. Personal. Missed. Okay, start chasing down some of these chaps trying to escape. More. Oh, that's another pikeman unit's coming back. Okay, so bring the line forward. This gun team ceasefire. Form the line. Kill the last of these pikemen, and then you can go after those farmers from Spain. One last colonial militia dead. Bring this cavalry unit home. Excellent. Gun team. Ceasefire. Nearly everybody. The E-men form up right on their rear, surround them, then they're out of formation. Both of you men have guard mode turned off. Now we are going to continue. I'm going to bring my cavalry to bear. Arquebusier I'm not overly bothered about. Where's my general? Get over here and help take out these pikemen. Okay, let's help cavalry unit out with them. Give them a new move order, then send them in. You've not got anything to do. Try get the colonial militia. This really does look ugly as sin. But there aren't too many engagements like this. 2 arquebusiers left. That unit on the edge is about to escape, so it's all up to this unit. Very good. That's completely annihilated that Spanish army. They're probably going to fall back to Georgia, which will be good. That is our next target once this army is fully replenished, but see how much damage that's done to us. That's a very fancy house. Fancy house and fancy garden. This is exactly the sort of place that we're in the UK. Now belongs to the National Trust because this is hella expensive to keep running. Even today. So just imagine how fabulously wealthy these people are and relatively in their time to be able to keep all this going, where those same families today, most of the time really it ended up being a younger son pissed all away gambling. Oh, 2 units left. Watch them slowly march away in defeat.
Yes.
Then let's get reinforcing. 3,000 odd it's going to take to get this army back up to snuff. Is no good, but we do. You're going to wait near Florida to rebuild your strength, but this is why we've got George Wade coming in from the north. Put some pressure down there, plus another army being moved around, ready to do battle. But few turns yet for them to get here. Dundee is about to research 4-field crop rotation, which is great. That means we can upgrade our farms. And it provides solid upward pressure on population growth. Oh, and our squadron has come back to Bristol. They need to be repaired and then sent back out. Yes, the Spanish cannot be allowed to maintain their foothold in the south. If they want to take out the Cherokee, I'd appreciate that, because then it means I can get the 13 colonies to my side without needing to declare war on attack the Cherokee. I mean, I'm happy to. I will do. Just not something I had originally planned on needing to do. I was thinking that Spain might take them out, but it's not a problem if we have to go after them. That's 4-field crop rotation. They've immediately gone on to seed planting drill. Now, how does that look? 22 turns. No, Dundee. Admirable, but let's maybe go for measuring tools a bit closer. Help us get crushed stone roads. So step onto the Royal Observatory. But we're not going to build that. We're going to be building the British Museum when the time comes. Bristol's now an industrial port, which is good. Nassau, our governor's residence. Bai's doing good work. Our government is in very good shape. Excellent. So, 15 turns till Newcastle is developed. Let's get high yield farms upgraded. I think Newcastle and then Swansea, and then that will be England fully developed. I'm only going to build one farm at the moment because we've got to do lots of things. So Antoine Maqueur, your force needs to be replenished. Edward Russell, good brace of 4th rates. We are building a second rate on the second rate ship of the line. Let's get a 3rd rate ship. Hop over to the Americas. Armies to be fully replenished. We can swap them out with we can swap the Matchlock militia unit out with Colonel Herbert Jeffrey's regiment of foot when the time comes.
Ready for orders.
Let's get these guys up to strength and we'll attack Savannah. George Wade away towards Annapolis. Florida's gaining their militia. I mean, eventually the militia will be garrisoning Pensacola. 44 turns for St. Mark's to develop. That's Kester mission. St. Mark's, there it is. This is all good stuff. Montreal's got a lot of towns that can develop, but they've got no farms. Farm upgrade for Quebec, and what we also want to do is make sure we are money for it. Oh, okay, sorry Quebec, you're losing your farm upgrade. Oh, still not enough. I wanted to make sure I was keeping my farm upgrades going. I might get rid of the conservatory in Boston because we've got the magistrate going down. That should probably keep them happy enough. Okay, let's get farms up here in Nova Scotia built. As we can upgrade farms, I should. The best payoff I will get will be from upgrading farms in the UK. Good. While Riviere is going to research military syllabus, then they'll go on to long rifles. Now there's nothing on the horizon as far as technology is concerned. Russia have taken Vilnius, so it's a real mixed bag in Europe at the moment. Poland are holding on, but their empire's been split. The Ottomans are coming. The Prussians still have some strength, but they're a bit off balance. Russia is being replaced by Sweden. They're moving in from the north. Yikes. The world is becoming a dangerous place. Spain are moving in to steal my technology. One thing I'd like to do, if I can get rid of all of the Spanish possessions in the Americas, not New Spain, just Spain, then capture Gibraltar. If I can force a peace deal, I'd be happy with that. Spy is continuing to spy. I'm pretty sure all of Britain's ports have been upgraded. Now it's down to... We're still thinking the colonies. It's worthwhile get an arquebusier unit to garrison Santiago de Cuba. I think it's still in our interest to optimize production. The best resource is still tea. But I think we're maxed out on tea. No, we aren't. Okay, let's boost our tea production. Probably build a 40-gun ship of the line to help defend the port. Liverpool's got their industrial port. York has the weaving mill. Dublin, Edinburgh have got their barracks, and Dublin also has the armoury. Good. Grey the Speyside farming area to develop better whiskey. Maybe. Oh, I want. Okay, in the meantime, I'll keep rid of this and explore other opportunities. It'll take longer for Inverness to be developed, but that's okay. Upgrade Lincolnshire's farms and then try and get rice paddies and Trincomalee. Why not? Mohawk Terror. So feel free to pause that and have a read if you fancy. Excellent. Herbert Jeffreys Regiment of Foot, so we can switch them out for the Matchlock Militia.
March! Men! Forward! March! More orders?
Oops, that's completely the wrong army.
Yes, my lord.
Don't like us.
Ready and awaiting orders.
One more turn till they're replenished, then we can move on and we can lay siege to Savannah and Annapolis. Actually, we can lay siege to Annapolis right now.
Ready.
And we are going to lay... Oh, if we attack, we'll bring the 13 colonies in. We'll maintain the siege. Let's see if we can bring the force out of Williamsburg out as well to try and defend it. I may send a relief column out to make sure that we've still got reasonable numbers. When we take Savannah, upgrade and build the port, we'll then have production of cotton add to our trade market. Because right now, if we get cotton, that means we've got some of every trade good. Better or for worse. Don't worry, we will reach a point where we will abolish the slave trade and we will make it so that these areas will not be occupied. Marathas are trading. The French are still... They've still got a fleet down here, but I'm happy for them to not be doing anything useful at the moment. But Spain is still growing. In terms of prestige... Our naval supremacy is clear. Our military supremacy is not clear. But it is developing. So... one more turn to that 12-pounder's built, and then them doing the Lord's work. Once Edward Russell's fleet is grown in strength, they will blockade this part of the world again. Particularly, it will prevent the Spanish fleet from moving out. If we recruited a decent army, we could land, lay siege to Gibraltar, force the navy out, destroy the navy. What they got down here? Sort of interesting troops, plus old royal cannons with 1200 range. They effectively cover the entire map.
Drop anchor.
Spain is not coming to the aid of Annapolis, mainly is due to not having the money to do anything about it. Because if we attacked Annapolis and got smashed, we might still win, but say we still got smashed, we wouldn't have the money to start the rearmament process immediately, so we will be vulnerable for a period. Good spying. Mohawk Terror is back. York Factory's got a magistrate and a couple more industrial ports. Good. The governor's residence up here. You've also got to get rid of your army camp because we don't need it there anymore. Lots of furs. Furs are still worth a lot of money. Do we sink 9 grand in this fur exchange to boost our production? Cuba, get your infantry unit down to the port. Let's send John Leake over to England to pick up those new units, bring them across. Then we'll have 3 fully equipped armies in the new world.
Sir, prepare the troops for battle.
Okay, so one force we've got to attack Savannah, one force we can attack
Settlement under
Maryland. I'm tempted to actually attack at Savannah first because this army is bigger and will do more damage to the Spanish Empire by taking that out. As well as the acquisition of a port that will get more goods for the trade empire. Although I should start building more trade fleets. Clear some of the enemy forces off of the trade nodes and claim them for our own. Okay, I think I want to try and get up to this high ground. Let's do something similar. A battery of guns, 4 units. A battery of guns, and 4 units on each flank. At least we'll be able to see something at the time. Cavalry in position, ready to push to try and attack the hill. Pikemen, get ready to back them up with the general.
artillery reporting.
Okay, if they want to just let us do what we want, that's fine. The cavalry up on the high ground. Very good. It looks like they are content just to let us do our own thing. Okay, let's let our guns get into position and blow them a new one. glorious matchlock infantry, slightly less glorious Admiral's Maritime Regiment foot, a late Guard musketeers. And this is very much still an old model army bringing into the action. There you go. As soon as our guns unlimber, they immediately know. Mighty clump of troops, actually. I guess we're not as bothered about the enemy cavalry at them. Or are we? I think we still might be. So many dead cavalry. Okay, let's let the artillery do their glorious work for a moment. Especially if they appear ambivalent about advancing. There's not really much to do except let our guns do glorious work. Although, it remains to be seen if they can ever... They're so effective and do so well. You have high expectations of them every time. Good few taken out there. What about you guys? Yep, that's another dozen or so cavalrymen shot out of the saddle here. They're forming up, presumably for a general advance. The idea is by hammering their cavalry, at the very least it means that we can focus on their infantry with canister shot when the time comes. Deploying. Did a lot of kills there. You guys. Okay, I think you've done enough. 61 is enough. Try to attack some of these highly dense pikeman formations. I know we're attacking, but we've got the artillery. We're going to use it to hit them. Oh, here they come. Colonial militia, colonial militia. They still look nice with their bayonets on. Really, arquebusiers don't get bayonets. Colonial militia. Yeah, you just can't get much steady infantry on the continent, at least outside of the major population centres. Except for these damn pikemen, they do pretty well. But then again, cannons also love them. One good shot, boom, 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 boom. See if we can land a good shot off on them. You're aiming at that unit. This unit. We struggle over the terrain. Yeah. Going across is not your forte. Get ready just to switch to canister shot. By the time you reloaded, that's the range they're going to be in. Pretty sure that might actually be the case for these demi cannons as well. Apparently not. The next shot will be though. Not many hits there either. We'll be able to curl our right flank in quite nicely. general's bodyguard over here. Bring the pikemen over here. Ready? Couple of hits. Give them a volley. Only the 4, actually. Run one unit through the gap. See if that uses their targeting systems. There you go. They form pike box. That's fine. See ya, suckers. Oh no. Go for the commander. Armored pikemen have been chased off. They want to chase us down. Colonial cavalry. No, fire it well off because you're upsetting my arquebusier. Go on, intercept those provincial cav, see if you can knock out their commander. This whole area is now in tatters because they were planning on going after my cavalry, and my cavalry are no longer there. Killed their general, which is always nice. Please fire the guns, get my infantry up. Well, my gunners aren't going to keep firing, they're going to fire a round shot at the back of these musketeers. They're shattered, so you can leave them alone, really. Okay, the Bath Regiment. It's a bit of a 17th century pike battle right now, until what do pikemen not like? Being attacked in the flanks. Bring up the general. We're about to get our own infantry sandwich going on in a minute. Bring in the general. Fall back the general. Fall back the pistoliers. Colonial militia. Go on, General. Chase them down. Chase them down. There's more of them. Kill a few of them, then get back out into the... Get back out of there. You men charging the flank of that pikeman, this cavalry unit. Yeah, this pikeman. So the pikemen were going to go for my cavalry anyway because they're like cavalry seeking missiles. Yeah, both of my gun teams firing round shot at the African musketeers to the rear. Sure, all my cavalry over here is fire at will off. Last unit standing, the civilian arquebusier. Advance. They're shattered, they're shattered. Make sure that arquebusier unit is broken. Is shattered, rather. Let's send one cavalry unit onto that colonial militia. Bring my general up because we got a little old musket engagement or melee engagement going on here. Well, my militia get on the flank of those arquebusiers. The Lord Cut's regiment is nope. We've chased away the pikemen. My pikemen spiral in. Another batch of pikemen that's going to try and hold on. Infantry advance. Okay, speed up while my infantry get into position. Although it's probably going to be a good old-fashioned bayonet charge. It's going to see these guys off. Half of you engage that unit. Roughly half of you engage that unit. Half of you engage that unit. Gunners, ceasefire. Make the distance. You gonna do skirmish mode? No, they aren't. There we go. Have at them. Cavalry will commit if it's needed. You have no general, sir. Why fight for those who do not wish to fight for you? Ah, there we go. Don't need to chase them down. This is a city engagement, therefore they are done for. Before the walls of their undeveloped town they've got right now. So good job Britain's here. We're going to add some desperately needed culture. Let's get some towns built, get some ports built. Let's open this world up to trade. Then, once we are secure in the Americas with those 3 field armies, I want to then expand my navy to begin blockading the Indian coastline, ready for invasion. I want to try, where possible, to minimise the idea of attacking in Europe at the moment. Excellent. Let's get the army replenished first, because that's the important thing. We don't have enough money for that either.
Fleet ready.
But the brig can occupy St. Mary's. Excellent. So that's a large stack of Spanish troops destroyed. We're not going to attack Annapolis. We'll do that next turn. We'd also rapidly push on and take Charleston as well, which would be Very useful. Well, let's hit end turn. I'm hoping that with the loss of these colonies, Spain may begin to collapse inwardly on itself as it continues to recruit troops on the continent. This is what we wanted to see. I wanted you to come out and try and attack us, so we can go on the defensive and destroy your troops as they advance towards our gun line. This is very much a newer model army that we've got in the field. And as soon as we have the production capacity in the Americas to build new artillery, all of my armies will then start replacing the demi-cannons with new units, and potentially expanding their artillery parks, have a wider range of guns. At the moment, cavalry is still very much supreme, but with better artillery that might change things somewhat. They can have the hill. I don't want this hill. I want this bottleneck. Now let's put some new model early British line infantry into position. Get a good look at them. Yeah, so they are more professional than my current crop of infantry, but they are still not what you'd think of as redcoats just yet. Three units in the centre. These are our colonial militia. Been freed to fight for your king. Coldstream Guard Grenadiers. Pardon me, very nice. I've also got another unit of early British line. Actually, I think this is going to probably end up with 2 units back here. Expand our line. Great Plains Musketeers that can't place defences. Another unit of early British line. Lord Admiral's Maritime Regiment Grenadiers. The same sort of mustard yellow, but with grenadier hats. And the Great Plains Musketmen, who look awesome. They look really good. And up top we've got basically all of our cavalry back here. The only really new unit we've got are our Plains Lancers, who look really good. They've made the Native American units look a lot better in this mod. Oh, and George Wade, don't forget you. Yeah, because right now you're standing up front. Unit of Pistoliers as well. You're engaging in a bit of counter battery. Gonna be a bit tricky. They can't even shoot anything because they want to shoot our cavalry, but they can't even get over the hill. So as per usual, it's these 3 units of armoured pikemen that are the things we need to worry about the most. But they are not by any means the only thing to worry about. Okay, I might make this gun team in the formation attack the scouts. Get my artillery back here, start engaging these pikemen. But let's speed up time because these engagements take an awful long time. And when the time is right, I'll commit my enormous cavalry wedge. Still no good hits, really. I wouldn't just stand there if I were you, not with my guns firing, because your guns ain't doing nothing. Ooh. Good hit, that's 20 odd pikemen killed and that smacked by that unit there. Make this gun team attack The 18th Regiment of Horse. Oh, they're waiting on their irregulars to get into position. Gun team's gained some experience. I'm assuming that's what it is. They're waiting for these irregulars to get in. Which is fine, because for us, it just means we will down them some more. Decent wedge. You can see where the cannonball stopped. Imagine being this guy. Going, oh, that kept going. Still engaging us, but not with any sort of accuracy. I hope you guys are happy. It's because of you chaps. These guys are getting slaughtered. A couple of bouncing shots. My cavalry's all still in good shape. All my infantry's still in good shape, so I'm not quite sure what you're aiming at. We've managed to break a cavalry unit, so naturally they must reform the line. Continue aiming at their cavalry. You're not gonna... Okay, let's see what happens when these guys get to the end of their line. Usually when the AI finishes forming up like this, they then push. They're just... What are they doing? I know it's because we're attacking. Still, this is like... crazy behaviour. Okay, let's commit my cavalry block. See if that can provoke them to action. So many dead. My god. Very well, I suppose. If you're going to come to me, I will come to you. You can at least fire over the top of our line, because these guys are positioned at the crest of a hill. We are exposing our cavalry to some fire now. Green Plains musketmen move forward really fast. God alive. The guns are just annihilating them. They're all bunched up so nicely. Some of my ranged cavalry up here. Because those plains musketeers are actually on their own. On Great Plains musketmen, you have no loyalty to these colonizers. Form square. Too late. I already had them form square, so you're screwed. This unit's going to halt. Well, let's just go in. Out of square. had the opportunity to advance, you did not heed it. Enemy general is dead. Cavalry charge to the back of the musket blocks, the pike blocks, gunners, ceasefire. So we've got that armoured pike unit surrounded. Cavalry sweep around that colonial militia. Arquebusier. Charge into the back of those pikes. Oh, they've already broken. Oh, slaughter them. And my gunners racked up loads of kills. Yeah, and there goes the last of the colonial militia. You fools! What did you do that for? You thought your guns would protect you? Big mistake. Very, very big mistake. Oh dear, oh dear. Nope, that's that force. Completely gutted. So our advance into the north will continue unimpeded. And we will still send 2 armies into the interior when the time comes to deal with the Spanish and then to deal with the Cherokee. Or one can probably do it. We're going to need to position another army northwest to try and deal with the Iroquois when the time comes. Because when we take the 13 colonies, we will likely be at war with this new enemy. Yeah, the Spanish are consolidating at Williamsburg. The Ottoman behemoth carries on. Indian ship is starting to try and raid our trade link. Is it? The brig. Sally out the East Indies squadron. Take it out. We will bring it into our service to do raiding duties. Could probably do with upgrading this to a dock. So enemy raid in the plantation. Well, let's attack them with our militia force back in Florida.
None shall defeat us. Lord.
Repair the plantation. Build a magistrate. Build the trade port. Repair the tobacco plantation. You leave Georgia. I don't like it. If I move some militia up to Georgia, some move back to Florida. Just because we can grab Charleston. Don't need a military building here. George Wade. Just attack Annapolis. Again, we don't want the military building, so get rid of that. Punish the army. Demolish this religious school. Actually, hold on, let's check. Okay, it's an English school, but we're 100% English culture anyway. Get rid of it. So we want to squeeze Williamsburg. Well, to be honest, the Annapolis force might squeeze Williamsburg. Charleston force may head towards Tellico. We have an industrial port in Ireland. Very good news. Fleet arrives. John Leake. Okay. 1 second. Sorry about that. Got a bit croaky for a second there. Is it the 6th rate that's... I'm assuming it's the 6th rate that's slowing us down.
Reef sail. Aye, sir.
They're both just as slow as the other.
Orders, Captain.
By this time... Okay, actually, because we've got a bit of time... Take them a turn to get in, and then, well, 1 turn at least. Let's get a few units of early British line. Recruitment report. Second-rate ship of the line in the English Channel. So Endeavour, you are possibly the strongest ship in the world at the moment, potentially. Successful mission. Region captured, the Carolinas. George Wade mentioned in dispatches. Maryland captured. So Charlotte will develop in 3 turns. Close to the frontier.
Aye, sir.
This sloop.
Set sail.
Wait in Maine for the moment.
Ready. Make ready. March.
Okay. Research and tech. Riviere will get military syllabus in 1 turn. Cambridge will get the marine chronometer in 1 turn. Let's take this on 1 more turn. I would like another spy in France, really, to try and understand what their economic situation's like. I'm hoping, with them bottled up on the continent, they are going to keep recruiting, till eventually they don't have the ability to support those troops, and eventually they all just disappear. So, workers on strike in Georgia. Okay, they're okay now immediately, but
Your order.
get them some militia to provide some protection. Now they like us. Technology advances. So military service has been researched. We've got military syllabus. Reduces our recruitment cost. Increases our marksmanship. Increases our charge bonus. Increases our misfire chance. But we move faster and recover casualties better. So overall it's okay. Don't like the misfire chance. But now we're on to long rifles. Increases the recruitment cost. Increases marksmanship again. More than offsets the misfire chance. Reduces the impact of rain on misfires. And then gets us towards the School of Combat Training. Always nice. Cambridge researched the marine chronometer. They've gone back to the mortar ship design, which I don't what I want. Navy frigates. Increase upkeep and recruitment. I don't think we need to upskill our... I don't think we need to increase the tech level of our ships just yet. We can produce quite good ships. Don't need that yet. Increases the top speed. Reduces the reloading time. Reduces misfires. That reduces the recruitment cost and contributes to a lot of building. Again, we're not so worried about the building at the moment. Longitude watch. Increase command. Increase movement ship. Increase prestige. Okay, I think of the lot, and I imagine improved grape shot, I'm really not bothered about. Go for alphabetical flag signalling. Okay, so now you're going to get a magistrate. Charleston, get a magistrate. Those are all reasonable upgrades. First of all, let's get
Aye, aye, sir.
back into a formation. Goodly.
Officer on deck.
You men occupy the port at the same time. Bring the army across.
Country.
Bring the militia out.
Any further orders?
Bring out... Do I make just John Leake my proper admiral? Really?
Ship's orders. Any orders?
Relegate this chap to transport duty. Have noticed
Onward.
we have got yet another set of port upgrades we can get. We can upgrade to the Maritime Trade Center because we have the Marine Chronometer. Don't really I don't want to do that yet until I start upgrading more of the ports
Yes, my lord.
I've got around my empire. Even then, it's a function of upgrading our production to the point at which our export capacity starts to get a bottleneck. Okay, as long as you're replenishing and you're replenishing, to be honest, you might just put Williamsburg under siege because they are quite weak. You can garrison Annapolis. You can
Immediately.
position up threat of this unit.
Waiting for orders. Ah!
You can start to head towards Ellico, really. Controller of Works, which reduces the cost of cultural and metalworking buildings. That's great. Crewman cost, more ships, more infantry, all goods.
Your orders?
Got a third-rate ship of the line, Retaliation. Okay, I think you're now strong enough to blockade Gibraltar and just prevent these Spanish and French ships from moving westward. Let's... So... 5th rate.
Yes, your majesty.
Might recruit a frigate to bolster one of my blockading fleets.
Aye, sir.
I don't really need to. Bit of a waste of money. 3,000 gets us another port upgrade. So let's get another port upgrade for Cuba, because I think Cuba is my most profitable region in the Americas. There it is, second only to London in my empire. London's earning, growing quite quickly. Okay, let's hit and turn. Well, so I think I'm tempted just to maintain the war with Spain unless they give me really good concessions. Like, if they give me Gibraltar, I will make peace. At that point. They're not willing to do that, then the blockade will continue. Okay, our income is starting to deposit your troops off of the coast.
Yes,
6,000.
ahoy.
5,000. 7,000, 4,000. I think it might build the Governor's Council chambers at Cuba, because right now we're getting plus 8% bonus to tax income. And Britain, only the port upgrades we can get. Guess I might just get them for other regions as well. So get one for Santo Domingo, Guadeloupe. Get one for Paramaribo.
Your orders, your majesty.
Continue your recruitment. Next turn, you'll be ready to attack. Ellico. Let's hit end turn again. Ah, the garrison at Williamsburg is going to sally, but looking at the timer, I believe it's time to end the episode. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. And we'll see you next time for some slaughter outside the walls of Williamsburg. Cheers, everyone.